So, pine needles, sugar, and water in a bottle. Sounds like the start of a bad idea, right? Well, after a few days of waiting, it actually fizzed. Not Sprite-level fizz, but it's got bubbles. Who knew trees were hiding soda secrets?
Apparently, if you mix pine needles with sugar water, you'll get a carbonated soda that tastes like Sprite. When I heard about this, I had to try it out for myself, and that's what we're going to do today. So first I added some needles from a white pine, now a couple spoonfuls of sugar, then I'll fill it up with water, leaving some space at the top. And I'm using flip-top bottles for this that can handle high pressure. Then I'll give it a good shake. I'm also going to try a batch using some maple syrup I made. I'll use this instead of the sugar. I'll add a couple spoonfuls, then I'll give that a shake. Then I'll let these sit for 3 to 5 days. So I have some bottles up here that have been sitting for 4 days. I'm going to break one of these open and see how it turned out. So far, it's looking good and bubbly. The yeast on the pine needles ferments the sugar, then produces carbon dioxide, which is where the carbonation comes from. That's actually pretty good. It's not as carbonated as normal soda, but still pretty fizzy.